Hi, my name is Daniel Garcia, and I'm doing a presentation. Well, not a presentation, but more like a kind of blog presentation, if you kind of get what I'm trying to do. And I'm going to start off with my sleep diary first. So, calculating the data from the days from Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, Saturday, Sunday. I will go to sleep from 10:30, 11:30, 9:30 sometimes, 11 p.m., 9 p.m., 11 p.m., 11:30, 10:30, and you kind of catch myself basically. And then week one, I will either wake up from 7 to like 12 p.m. depending on the day. And I would either go to sleep with, like, depends, with difficulty. Sometimes days would be easy. Sometimes, and rounding about, I will wake up in this week, for week one, I would wake up either 2 or 1 times for like either 10 up to 10 to 30 minutes. And I would either sleep from 8 to 9 hours, sometimes even 7, maybe 10 to 12. And the reasons would be because it'd be cars, stress, lights from outside, temperature because it's always hot over here, discomfort, stress. And I would wake up refreshed some days, sometimes refreshed, sometimes fatigued. It just depends how I went to sleep that day. And yes, I would consume about caffeine either in the afternoons or the evenings, whether it's 2 to 3. Sometimes I had 0. I always exercise either in the afternoon or the evening, sometimes the morning if I had time. And no, I only took a nap only like 1 time through that whole week. And chances of me dozing it off are kind of varies, as you can see on this chart right here. And if you want to go with my mood, I was either pleasant or unpleasant. And the days that I was unpleasant were days that I wasn't getting enough sleep. And I've had caffeine Monday through Sunday of that whole week one, except for Thursdays. And then what I usually do in my hours before going to sleep, I would either read my books, use my tablet, always take a shower, and watching TV through that whole week. For week two, kind of the same but different. The days varied also too because of my work schedule. Sometimes I would get up earlier and sometimes I wouldn't get up earlier. The days that I would get up earlier were the days that I struggled to get some sleep, and the days that I woke up past 7 or 8, I could wake up easily. But the days that I was sleeping like more than less hours, it was always hard to go to sleep. And like always, I would always wake up 1 time for like 15 to 30 minutes, and my sleep schedule would be either 8 hours or more, 7 hours. And the days that I slept too much is because I was tired or just restless. My sleep was disturbed by vehicles, temperature, stress, sometimes even noise. and I would wake up somewhat fatigued, refreshed, and it just varies like how it did on the other one. And then my caffeine intake was always the afternoon and the evening, which I need to change. And no, I would not take no naps, but I would exercise every afternoon and Saturdays and Sundays in the morning. Would I doze off? No. Not that much, but there was chances where I would try to. And I did have like a lot of unpleasant days, so they went back and forth. And 2 to 3 hours before bed, I always had the caffeine, except Saturdays and Sundays. And back to my schedule again, reading books, doing homework, took a shower, and watched TV was my whole bedtime routine before the hour of going to sleep. Now, let's go to my activity log. So week 1, 2 to 3 p.m., I was at home or either on the road. At home, basically. 2 to 3 p.m., I played soccer with my dogs for an hour. Then I watched TV. Then my sedentary behavior, I watched TV, did some reading, and went driving. Watching TV for 3 hours and 30 minutes, reading 2 hours, driving 2 hours. And my RPE was a 10. And it was about 8 hours and 30 minutes. Day 2, same thing. Played soccer with my dogs. Watching TV, reading, driving. You get the point, but this one was RPE 11. Day 3, kind of the same thing again, as you can see. And then my RPE went up to 12 that day. And I kind of had the same schedule for the whole day 7, all the way up to day 7. All these exercises were always by myself. Like day 1, the day was stressful for playing soccer with my dogs, to watching TV, evening reading and driving while the sun pounds on you is not fun at all. Day 2, this day was even worse. The heat started to kick in and was kicking my butt trying to do all these things. Day 3, this is what I would call one of the worst days, trying to complete everything, all these things, and the reason was the heat. Day 4, the day was good to me. I got to do all these things without breaking up a sweat. Well, maybe a little, but not as much as the other days. The next day, I decided to clean my room, got a whole workout out of it. Watching a little bit of TV to reading, and went driving for a while, nothing too much. My mood was good. I chose to play with my dogs to keep active with watching TV, reading, and went driving for a while and felt in a good mood. I'm just repeating myself at this point because I keep saying the same things, because I played soccer with the dogs. I went to TV, got a headache. Now, group fitness class or workout. Day 1, So I always work out at 3 p.m. for 15 minutes. I use a fitness app. They're all going to be intermediate. Why did I choose it? I chose to take part in this exercise because I always wanted to know how to get muscles without going to the gym, and I heard about this app through a friend. Heart rate pre-exercise was 60 BPM. Heart rate during exercise was 80 BPM. My number level was 13. It was somewhat hard. And associated beats per minute, 130 BPM. Heart rate post-exercise was 100 BPM. Workout number 2 was indoors. This one was on flexibility. Used a fitness app. It was intermediate. There was no equipment involved. No. This is not the first time I took the class. The reason I went for the first time was, other than sports, I never actually have gone out and done flexibility exercises. Heart rate in this one was 60 BPM, as always. Heart rate during the exercise was 54. Number 7.5 was my level of exertion, which was extremely light. Associated beats per minute during exercise was 75 BPM. My heart rate post-exercise was 80 BPM. Workout number 3. Lasted for 15 minutes. This one was on cardio, home indoors, fitness app. No trainer involved. Intermediate. I did not use any equipment. Was this my first time you took this class? No. I have taken cardio classes before, but I'd rather choose to do fitness apps instead. And the reason is the fitness app calculates my measurements correctly, and I choose the flexibility class to have more flexibility and to add to my workouts. My heart rate on this one was 60 BPM. My heart rate during the exercise was 118. My level of exertion was 11, which is somewhat hard. Associated beats per minute was 110 BPM. Heart rate post-exercise was 72 BPM. Exercise number 4 was more on mobility training. It was indoors, fitness app like always, intermediate, no equipment needed. Yes, this was my first time doing this exercise. I chose to take part in this exercise because I need to add other workouts and focus on other areas of my body. Heart rate pre-exercise, 50 BPM. Heart rate during exercise, 50 BPM. Heart rate pre-exercise was 60 BPM. My level of exertion was number 9. It was just very light. Associated beats per minute was 90 beats per minute. My heart rate post-exercise was 100 BPM. My last workout was agility training. It was in my backyard. I used a fitness app. I was on intermediate level. I didn't need no equipment. Yes, this was my first time. I chose to take part in this exercise to get more speed and become more faster, also to keep in shape and cut down a little. My heart rate pre-exercise was 60 BPM. Heart rate during exercise was 80 BPM. My level of exertion was 15, which is very hard. Associated beats per minute during exercise, 150 beats per minute. Heart rate post-exercise was 84 beats per minute. Lastly, my HRPI and TI analysis. Scheduled exercise workouts were all 60s during pre-exercising. As you can see right here, this is data. And heart rate during exercises. Right here. Now we get to the calculation point right here. Heart rate rest was at 60 BPM. The rating was good. My max heart rate was 198 and my resting one was 60, so it came up to 138 BPM. And then here is all the stats right here. So 45% of my TI would be 122.1 BPM, 55% TI would be 135.9 BPM, 60% of my TI would be 142.8 BPM, 65% would be 149.7 BPM, 70 would be 156.6 BPM, 75 would be 163.5 BPM, 80 would be 170.4 BPM, and then we go to the training right here. So my TI on the first workout would be 0 during pre-exercise, but then as soon as I intense the exercise, it would be 0.14, and then at the end it would be 0.28. My second exercise would be a 0 from pre-exercise. During the intensity, it would be 59.6. And then intensity post-exercise, 79.5. And then as you can see right here, it goes from 0 to 0.42 to 71.5, which that's probably the second highest of my exercising intensity. Heart rate zone pre-exercise would be 0. During intensity of exercise, 0.07. And then this is where it gets more intense right here at a 99.5. So then my heart rate on the last one would be, intensity would be 0 because it's just pre-exercising. But then as soon as it intense, it would go to 0.14. And then at the end, it would be 0.17. To answer the questions, it is important because HR progression is important during exercise because it is used to help you with exercising and also helps you from injuries during the workout. How do you utilize your HR, RPI, and TI data to improve and maintain your health related to physical fitness? The HR and RPE and TI data can be used to improve your health by calculating what areas you need to work out more and keep an eye on. Compare and discuss your data with 5 workouts. The most intense one would be the mobility exercises, which is the one I was talking about that was 99.5. And the least intense exercise would be the strength exercise. And what might account these differences? The intensity percentage of each would be different. How does your data compare to your target heart rate zone based on your HHR calculation? For starters, when looking at my HRR, which is 138, I look at the chart to see my targeted heart zone for a 23-year-old, and it matches to that. My heart let's see. How did you and your heart rate measures during exercises compared to your rate preserved exertion? My heart rate would go up or down depending on the exercise that I was performing, and the similarities and differences between the measures was that when I did more intense workouts, my heart rate went fast, but when I did less workouts of intensity, my heart went at an even pace. Share any other observations that you identified during the logging of your data or engaging in these 5 planned exercise experience. I have noticed that when I do exercises that involve cardio, I tend to have a faster heartbeat than the other exercises.